Hello everyone, I'm Farmer Sim,
And I'm Mrs. Sim Gamer.
and welcome to episode 2 of our crossplay multiplayer co-op series here on Purbeck. So, morning Mrs. SG, how you doing?
I'm really good. I'm so excited to be back in Purbeck. And
Likewise, mate. Looking
how are
looking
you?
forward to a day's graft. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks, mate. I'm all right. It's a beautiful day here. Sun's out, and we've got some work to do, haven't we?
We have, and we're standing on the field that we are going to be working on today.
We certainly are. As you know, at the end of the last episode, we got this limed. It's been ploughed. We got it limed, and you're itching to get your big stone picker out, aren't you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Let's not beat about the bush. You want to get in your big tractor and pick our stones with your vast machine, don't you?
That's exactly what I want to be doing. So the plan is that I'm going to get in the big stone picker, and Farmer Sim is going to follow on behind me with a cultivator to get a nice seed bed ready. Um,
Yep.
and I think we've agreed to put canola in here based on value of that
Yes.
crop.
Very much so. Yeah. It's obviously, as you can see, our bank balance isn't particularly well blessed at the minute. So, in order to get a few pounds in there, it would seem a wise idea. While we've got the option to get canola into the ground, and with that being the most valuable one that we can get into the ground at this moment in time, that's what we're going to get drilled, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait. Our sugar beet isn't quite ready yet. It looks like it's going to be October before one of the fields with sugar beet in is going to be ready, and our sunflowers will be ready at the same time. So we've
Yes.
actually lucked out a little bit. They're going to be stagnated, or yeah, one after the other is going to be ready. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a little
Staggered.
bit
Did you mean
staggered,
staggered?
not stagnated,
Staggered.
staggered, staggered. Get your
Yeah,
vocabulary
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So oh, it's going to be one of those days, Farmer Sim. I'm telling you, I'm on my 60th coffee for sure.
60th? Is that all? Yeah, yeah.
You're on your
Is that
80th.
is that is that because you were stagnating from the pub last night?
I was stagnating.
Stagnating. I've just been stagnating back from the pub.
Let's just make up words today. That's all we're going to do, make up words.
That'll be handy. Yeah.
Should we
Okay.
get to work?
Let's get to it, mate. Let's get to it. Let's go and see. You're going to jump in big green, aren't you? In your Vulture.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the Vulture.
Yeah. I'm actually going to use our cultivator, which requires a wholesome 31 horsepower. So that it doesn't look too daft, I'm going to jump in our little green fent here.
Nice.
There we
I'll,
are.
j- I'll get out of your way, because I think that cultivator's behind me.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's a good point. I don't actually know where it is.
Yeah, it's
Look at the
it's
size
behind.
of those arms on that machine. I
Yeah, it's a
actually
bit
noticed
ridiculous.
something actually.
Go
I
on.
noticed I was watching your. I think it was because I still have, ashamedly, I still have a handful of your Red Rock episodes to catch up with, and I was watching, I think, episode 11 yesterday, where you were doing some baling, and you've also got the. I think it's a. Is it a crone baler that's got the same massive arms on?
Yes.
And I was like, there's a pattern here.
I think you named it perfectly. It's just tools that give you a bear hug. That's exactly what
Yes.
it is.
You get to get a lovely soft bear hug from your massive metal stone picker. Actually, thinking about it, Batman, one thing
Yeah,
we haven't thought about,
go on.
what we're going to do with the stones when we picked them. Assuming that you're going to get more than one load,
Um,
because
well,
there's not a stone selling facility on the map yet, so you might end up having to,
pile it
near the
up.
shanty caravan.
Yeah,
I think that might be our
drop off
fly
point.
tipping area. Yeah,
We are going to
our
need to
little
fly tip, aren't we? Yeah, there is
our
no
little
selling
area.
point.
That can be our little area of sin. We,
Yes,
we we can't get rid of the caravan, so that's just going to be an eyesore, and we can dump everything we need to there.
that's a great idea. I will definitely dump them there. That's a good. Do you know what? I didn't
Yeah.
even think about what we're going to do with the stones. I just wanted to get going.
Neither do I. Neither did I, mate. I think we're just winging it at the minute, aren't
Completely winging it.
we? Yeah. There we go. because this was another thing I noticed actually after using the stone pickers, is that they leave a cultivated surface, don't they?
They do. They
On
really
the field,
do.
even, and there's something morally wrong with that. You
It
can't
doesn't make
leave it,
sense.
even though it's cultivated. It doesn't. So in fact, I'm just going to have a quick peek now into the menus very quickly. Yes, there we go. So you're stone picking, and as a what do you call it? Just an after effect of using the stone picker, the field is left in a cultivated state. But I'm now running this cultivator over where you've been, and it's leaving it with a seedbed texture, so the turquoisey light blue colour, which is perfect. So that's good. So doing
that's
what we're
exactly what we needed.
doing, it is, yeah. How's your big machine, mate?
Oh, I'm having the best time.
You're going to be finished way quicker than me.
Yeah, I will. So I can follow up behind you with the seeder. I can get started on the seeding.
You can, and then when I'm finished, I can then
Fertilise?
potentially. I could fertilise, but what I could also do is initially just keep you topped up with seed, depending on how
Yes.
how thirsty this field might be.
Have we done? We have done precision farming on this, haven't we? What
I
is
hope
the?
so. Yes, precision farming. Yes, pH
Yeah.
value is perfect, but it doesn't know what it's going to be perfect for yet, does it? Because we haven't put anything in.
No, and it's not actually saying the seed rate either. So
No, you won't get the seed rate until you've seeded.
until you seeded,
Yeah, yeah.
so we won't know whether it's high or low.
Precision farming is quite new to you, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, being on
How long have you
PlayStation,
been using it for?
a couple of months. It only came out
Really?
recently.
Right, interesting. Okay, yeah. It's it's a really cool thing, precision farming. It's but then at the same time, it's actually, obviously being a PC player and having used it for quite a while now, it's actually quite a refreshing thing to do the exact opposite and not use it. And I think FSG has been doing that. Have you caught his? He's got a Generations
Generations.
series that he releases on a Sunday. It's beautiful, using some lovely old stuff. And obviously he's playing within in the stories of his videos. He's playing to the generations, the decades of the machinery. So there'd have been no such thing as precision farming in the days and years that he's trying to recreate.
Absolutely
He doesn't
not.
use it, and it's like, oh, it just reminded me of how much easier it was not using precision farming.
You just apply the lime, 2 lots of fertilizer, and you're done.
Pretty much, yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. What's your operating speed, actually, out of interest, in your
10.
green machine?
10 miles an hour on this.
How's the uptake of stones?
Tiny. 397. Just topped over
okay.
to 400. So it's a really small amount.
But you're going to get the whole field in one here, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to have to do lots of runs to our dump site.
Oh, that's fine. So you'll be able to just leave it in there for now, won't you?
Yeah.
Until we actually need to. What's the capacity of that, actually? Does it?
I reckon, because we're just about to clock up to 500, and that's 20%.
Okay. I mean, obviously this video will be on the internet forever now, but here, right now, it's in the AM, and my brain isn't capable of basic mathematics. Not yet. I haven't crossed the threshold of my 45th coffee yet, so...
2,500 I make it, maybe.
AC. That's why you're here.
I was like,
Brain.
I've got a brain sometimes, only sometimes.
Well, it's more often than I've got one, honestly. I felt like such a foot in doing the whole macro series, the last couple of episodes I've made. I felt so scatterbrained.
Brain fog. You're getting brain
yes.
fog.
Well, kind of, in that it'd be interesting to ask you, actually, when you create an episode, when you go into, like, for example, Red Rock, and you sit down to make an episode, do you, like, properly plan ahead what you're going to do, or do you just jump in and go for it, like we're doing here?
Well, I normally just jump in and go for it. I tend to have an idea of what I would like to get done in an episode. But I do tend to get distracted either by the animals or, oh, I've got to do this, oh, I've got to do that. So I do have a case of the scatterbrain. I have had comments of people saying, I wonder if you're going to get through an episode without like getting distracted by the animals or something else.
Yeah. Ooh, shiny thing, like a magpie.
Yeah.
Shiny new tractor.
Oh, I can't stop buying them. They keep on popping up in the sale. I just can't help myself.
Mate, I'm exactly the same. I've literally just had a comment. If you're out there, Mr. RB Trucking, hello mate, how you doing? He has commented on just at how me and you are very similar in that we can spend money as quickly as each other. He said it was interesting that he's found someone who can spend almost as quickly as you, if not quicker. And it's like, yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
Well, what's the point? Oh, I'm here for the fun, and if you can't, and the tractors, and if you can't have fun, I mean, we all have our survival series where we're working to the bone with the worst equipment possible.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you're doing brilliant, but you put in a lot of hours. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is where, I mean, I joked about it in my reply to RB Trucking, in that I'm pondering over whether, literally whether I call it a survived series, because it's. But maybe this is why I did it. I knew going into it that it wasn't going to be the traditional survival type, in that you start with nothing. I mean, I started with a truck and a trailer and a chainsaw.
Yeah.
But within 2 episodes, I was already temporarily a multimillionaire. I'd sold a huge amount of trees, which brought in literally like 2.6 million euros. It was like, right, well, I still want this to be considered a survival series, so I can't have a bank balance of 7 figures. So it's like, right, spend. Let's get everything I need. I knew I wanted to build up the farm. I wanted to put a couple of nice big buildings down, and I wanted a decent fleet of machinery. But then it puts me in a quandary, because it's like, is it a survival series anymore, or is it I've survived, I've become a millionaire twice, and I've now got a vast amount of machinery?
But to point out, if you were to have recorded all of the episodes of you felling all those trees, that
everyone
it wouldn't
would have unsubscribed, because
everyone would have
tears.
Yes, but it also would have not been episode 2 that would have happened. So
no, you're correct. Yeah,
it's. Yeah. I think we have to give our subscribers enough credit that they kind of understand that you've done the hard work and skipped out the boring bit for them.
Yes, that was I very much thought like that. I know that, yes, there will be a lot of people who'll be new to the game and won't necessarily understand the full ins and outs of what goes on, but generally as a rule, I had to take the assumption that most people do understand the logging side of it, and that, it does take a long time, especially just doing it with a chainsaw. Yes, I had universal auto load, which was a godsend, and to be fair, I think I'd still be recording episode 2 now if it wasn't for universal auto load, picking up all the logs and stuff. And I think it's just personal preference, and I think a lot of people I've read and received messages and heard people say, especially yourself as well, even you told me, it's like, do it how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I've kind of held that and gone with it, in this that, this is how I want to do it. I want to do a survival series, but I don't want to spend days and days and days mucking around with little bits of logs on a tiny little trailer.
It's just not fun for you, and it's not fun for the viewers.
Yes.
I'm just going to cross paths with you in a minute. There we go.
Look at that clockwork, mate. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect. You're almost done.
I am. That was nice.
Yeah.
Nice and simple. We've just clocked over the 1,000 mark with the stones.
Okay. What would be interesting, actually, I don't know. Do you know if the stone crushing mod is a crossplay one?
It is.
It is.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
So we could get that. It's a bit of an eyesore, but next to
It
the
is, yes.
next to the camper van, it'll be a bit of an
I was going to
upgrade.
say, yeah, just chuck it next to camper van. Yeah. That could be, like I said, that's going to be our little sin corner where everything's just a bit untidy and a bit unkempt.
I might have to put a fence around it.
A large one.
Very large, very, very tall. Potted plants as well. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. It's a shame we can't move it, but yeah, the caravan will stay. Oh, hello. I had a bit of a... Did you get a bit of a lag spike then?
A massive lag spike.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I got one as well. But
Right, I'm just going to fold this
all
bad
seems
boy up.
hunky-dory now.
Yeah, all in the clear. I'm going to go to our tip.
To the tip, yeah. I went to the tip at the weekend, actually.
Oh, it's the worst job in the world.
It is when I had to... Mrs. Farmer Sim was doing her lovely work in the garden, just giving everything a bit of a tidy up. And again, in our garden here, in real life, there's like round the side of the house is our little area of sin as well. Fortunately, it's not strewn with various decaying caravans or anything, but it's where the bins are, and there's a handful of old broken flagstones and stuff. So I was given the wonderful task of loading it all into the boot of my car and taking it to the tip.
Oof.
Oh, it's a nightmare. It's horrible.
It's the worst.
Because all the bits that we were getting rid of all had like snails and stuff on.
Keep your dog away from the snails.
Keep the dog away from the snails.
Yeah, they can be pretty bad for dogs. The slime.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah. That and slugs.
Oh, okay. Well, I know Mrs. Farmer Sim has a pet hatred for slugs because they eat all of her lettuces and her crops.
Oh.
That she has in the vegetable patch. Every year comes and she gets her... do you know what? She's got this wonderful little thing. It's I actually bought it her as a present for I think it was one of her birthdays in the last couple of years. It's a big plastic box full of plastic drawers, you know, like one of these like desk tidy things, but it's really quite big. It's a couple of feet high and it's a couple of feet wide, and it's just full of plastic drawers to put stuff in. She wanted one to put seeds in because she harvests seeds out of plants in the garden, all the flowers and all the various things. So she's got a massive collection of well, I don't know how many, but maybe 40 or 50 different types of plants and their seeds in these drawers.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool, to be fair. And she's got them all labelled with little colourful labels on the drawers and everything, you know, sunflower seeds and lettuce seeds, and even when, like, we'll go to the shop and we'll get some oranges, for example, she'll take the orange pips out of the orange and put them in a drawer so she can plant. And she's actually got, at the minute, she's got some, I can't remember the type of apples they are, but there was some specific apples that pink lady apples.
I love pink ladies.
She's harvested the pips out of the apples, kept them in a little drawer, and she's now got a pink lady apple tree growing in a little pot in the garden. Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. She could sell those, you know.
Well, yes, she has contemplated the idea of. There's a handful of other plants. I'm trying to think what they were. There's so many of them that I can't name them all at the minute. But yeah, there's so many different plants that she's harvested, like oak trees, for example. You know, acorns.
Oh.
She's planted acorns, and I think she's got more than 10 oak trees in pots in the garden.
What a legend!
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Green fingered in real life.
Green thumb.
Okay.
How are you getting on around there?
Really good. I've just filled up with seed and with fertiliser. I forgot we could put fertiliser in this planter.
Oh yeah, you get the planter, the seeder, the all-in-one.
The all-in-one. So I'm just about to lower and get started.
Oh, are you? Oh, very good. Well, I've just got to the point now where I've split this field in two now, so I've got the end. I'm going to focus on this end here, close to the gate of the... In fact, do you say you're in the field?
Yeah. I'm just behind you.
Oh, are you? I'm trying to spot you. I can't see you yet.
I'm by the caravan area.
Ah, oh right, okay.
I'm just going to see.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just going to pop into the menu and see if I've... Oh, surprisingly, I've done quite a good job so far. I've not missed any bits. I'm doing better than courseplay.
Yes, better than courseplay all day long.
I haven't missed any bits. It always miss even setting the settings, so to speak, to try and minimise all the missed bits that courseplay can miss on the corner. On this little fence and this little old cultivator, I'm doing quite a good job, considering I'm just driving along, babbling to you.
It actually looks amazing, and the seed is going in perfectly.
Lovely. I've got some deer in the field.
Oh, I know. I've nearly run over about 3 deer.
Yeah. For the sake of realism, I always, even though they have no
Break.
collisions, yeah, it's still great because it's like I don't want to run a deer over. It's not real. It's a digital sprite. It's nothing. But I still can't bring myself to
I
run
can't do
over a
it.
deer.
No, me neither. Oh my goodness,
Even though it's stupid enough to run in front of my tractor.
I know, they have no sense. But I have to be honest, I'm loving this mod. You're going to have a go with this. Yeah.
Cedar?
It's amazing.
What's its running speed at?
9 miles per hour.
Same as this.
But it just turns around the corners like a... With this tractor, it's just swimming around this field.
It does. To be fair, it does look the right size for your tractor. I think it would be overkill for this wee thing.
Oh,
there
goodness, yeah.
Hello, mate.
Yo.
Yo. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Definitely suits your size of tractor better than this thing.
Well, I didn't actually think it was going to be that big, but then I got a little warning saying unfold. I was like, okay, I'll unfold it, and it just comes out like a transformer.
It gets bigger.
A
transformer.
This is a transformer, and the texture is different to normal cedars as well.
Oh, is it? Let me just pop out. In fact, I'm going to pop out and have a quick look. Oh, yeah, so it is.
Seed rate is amazing. We've barely touched or scratched.
Let's have a look in precision farming at seed rate. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so you're hovering between standard and low so far.
It's amazing. We are eating fertilizer though, so I'm definitely going to need some more fertilizer.
Right. Well, I'm working as fast as I can.
Oh, take your time. That's a tiny instrument.
It is, to be fair. But it's doing a good job considering it's a relatively archaic piece of equipment. It's just a very rudimentary set of metal bars with some tyres on to weigh them down. It's doing quite a good job.
The textures are amazing on this map.
Yes, they are. They really are.
Really good.
I'll tell you what, actually, I've just been facing our grass field that we did some teamwork on last week in the episode.
Yep.
It looks, I can't tell from here, but it's got some more growth in it. Because we are in the next month now, aren't we? If I remember correctly.
We are.
We're in September now, aren't we?
We probably could cut it, but it might be worth waiting to October, so it's a bit longer.
Yes. Yeah.
Although we have no animals to feed, so we're just going to sell the silage, right?
Yes. I think that would be the correct course of action. I think initially, anyway, with us, like you say, with us having no animals, yet we have just created a handful. How many was it? Was it 11 or 12? I think.
11, I think.
Yeah.
But when I go back round there, I'll go and check what the fermentation process, how far they've gone.
Yes, yeah, that would be a good call because they will be able to get them loaded up and get them sold and get some money in.
That would be a decent little payday.
It would be, but unfortunately, mate, we're not going to see a lot of it because we're in debt.
We are in debt,
aren't we? Do we sell the silage and pay off a bit of our debt? I mean, that would be the captain's sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? Or
It
do we
would
just
be.
go, no, you can wait, bank manager, you've got plenty of money.
Well, what was our interest on the?
Very. Let's have a look, shall we? Does it tell us? Let me go into
It should do.
It just says we are. Wow, in the month of August, I'm just looking at the finances page, and in the month of August, we finished with a loss of £1.550 million.
Do you know the good news? It can only go up from here.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
We don't have another 1.5 million to spend to be in loss again.
No, you're right there. Yeah. I'm glad there was some good news coming from that. At least this isn't actually real, because if this was my own bank balance, that would bring a tear to my eye, I think.
I would be crying. I would be crying too.
Yes, it wouldn't sound anywhere near as happy as we do now.
It's virtual money, and do you know what? That sugar beet,
Yeah.
I think with that we should be able to pay off our loan.
Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah.
And then
Right, I'm coming over to this side of the field, sorry. Yeah.
and then
Right.
it'll be all up from there, which is what I'm hoping for, because we've got a good yield potential on that.
We have, and that was mainly thanks to your wizardry of an idea to actually get some fertiliser down ASAP, which we did in the last episode, didn't we? So that brought the yield potential up from, was it mid-70s to high 90s?
It did, yeah. Just a bit of
thinking.
Well, teamwork makes dreams work.
It does. Not far off being done, this field, cultivation-wise.
Nice. Welcome back, everybody. It is now October, and the beautiful sunshine coming down on Purbeck. And below us, you'll see our beautiful canola has started growing. We did all of the work. Farmer Sim ran round even with a roller. So our expected yield is 123% here.
I didn't catch that. Could you try?
Sorry, Siri, you're not involved in this conversation.
Butting in, how rude.
If Siri did some farming, I'd be okay with it, but...
Right, but yes, we've got the field work done. It's looking pretty good, as you can see from the values there. Nitrogen, pH perfect, expected yield 123. So it pays to prep the field, doesn't it?
Oh, it does indeed. And for the second half of this video, we've decided to skip on to October to get our corn, our sunflower harvested. So we're really excited to jump in that harvester.
Yep, we certainly are. So I think our approach now, if one of us needs, what we're going to do, I think we just need to double team the sunflowers, don't we? One
Double
of us in
team
the
it.
harvester, one of us in the grain cart. Should we do a digital rock, paper and scissors? So just count to 3 and say out rock, paper, scissors, and
Let's do this.
Go for. The winner gets what would you prefer, harvester or grain cart?
Well, the win is definitely the harvester, right?
Right. Okay. So let's do a digital rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
For running harvesters. After 3, rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
Rock.
Oh!
There we go. I even said it first, so you had the opportunity to win.
Well,
You know what,
I
though?
already had scissors in my mind. Let's do this.
Out of the kindness of my heart, you can have the harvester, though.
Oh, well, that is kind of. I'm not going to say no, and I'm running there first now.
There you go. Yeah. So that was a complete waste of time. But no, I'm going to jump in Big Blue here, and I'm going to get. I'm going to hook up to our lovely grain trailer that literally hasn't got a speck of dirt on it yet.
Nice.
Although, to be fair, I think. Oh no, yeah. I suppose you just need to. Although saying that, maybe there was a secret in why I've let you have the harvester, because you've got to move it around.
Yes, I'm just thinking here. I might.
Just stick that somewhere. You can. I tell you what, if you could stick it somewhere over here, out the way, because you got to get in and get the corn header out, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to be able to get to the field, which I'm not going to be able to get it out of here, I don't think.
The corn header.
the corn header. So if I
How
think
did we
what...
get it in here?
Well, you came through the main entrance, and I've got to get to the back field, haven't I?
Oh.
So I think what I will do...
Right, well, hang on. Let me. Oh, are you taking the...
I'm going to take the
header
other
off
one off and then put another one on.
first? Okay. Well, I'll hook up to this header trailer, and then if it needs to be moved around to make it easy for you.
There we go.
Right, I'll get this. You see the teamwork.
Oh, beautiful. I'm just going to put this over here for now.
Yep, no worries.
Alright, let's lower.
See, if only every game of Farm Sim was as easy as it's having someone to...
I can't hear you very well, Farmer Sim.
Oh, can you hear me now?
That's better.
Is that better? Sorry, I was sitting a few inches away from my microphone. So I've got one. I've just treated myself to a microphone stand with these arms that you can move back and to, as opposed to it being on my desk in front of me. And it was just swung a few inches further away from my face. So, do I sound all right now?
That's much better. Thank you.
Lovely.
I think this harvester's a little bit noisy as well. So,
Oh, is it?
can you reverse it back?
I'm coming now. Yep. There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go. Excellent. Well, I shall run this. I can run this to the field for you.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah.
I do hope that.
Is that attached?
I've never known whether the. I think so. The corn headers don't seem to
Click.
latch like the grain headers do.
They don't.
So I'm just going to very carefully take this to the field and hope that it doesn't wobble off. Go on, you go first. I'll follow
Oh,
you.
perfect.
After you.
After you, I'm going inside. It's much quieter.
Oh, cab view.
Cab view, yeah.
Ah, right. Okay, good idea.
I can actually hear you now. I'm purely thinking of our wonderful viewers not being able to hear you.
No, absolutely. Yeah. If my voice does die down in volume, please let me know. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking at that moment. My microphone was, as I say, it had swung forward a few inches. Right, which field are we at? We're at it's the top field up there, isn't it?
It is. I'm just trying to think how to get to it. I know we don't have crop destruction on, but I would like to try and avoid driving over it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we can just squeeze around the edge here. I think possibly.
It's not very well designed. This we might have to put in when we take this up. I think we should put in our own track.
I think that is a very good idea.
Because I am driving over the crop here.
Yeah. Yeah, because the entrance is there. It's got a. The entrance has been created to the field, but the only way of accessing it is by
driving over the crop, which is ridiculous.
Squishing your crop, yes.
Okay.
Right, so
where would you like to put the header?
Well,
you've got it that side. So if I twist,
like we did last summer. I'm here all day, honestly.
keep those jokes rolling. Okay, here we go.
Damn jokes. Right. Go on.
We good? We're on.
Excellent. Right, I will get out your way there. I'll leave the header trailer somewhere tucked away here, but I'll let you get your big machine into the field. I shall put the header trailer just neatly out the way. Mind that
Nice.
fence there, mate.
Yeah, I did see that.
Driving by braille.
Right. Unfold.
We get to this point now and find that somehow the half of the corn header doesn't work.
Oh, it's so.
Oh, wow, I heard it.
It is
Goodness
so
me.
noisy. I'm gonna have to do this inside so I can hear you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I must admit, yeah, you've just turned that on. It sounds like a herd of wasps.
Apologies, everybody, if Farmer Sim sounds like he's in Australia.
Right, I'm going to go and get the trailer.
Nice.
The grain trailer, our nice shiny new one that hasn't been used yet.
Oh yeah, of course. This is the first time.
Yeah, this is all.
Oh, I'm
Most
so
places.
excited. I'm emotional.
It's harvest time already, episode 2, and we're harvesting.
Like,
But I think the one thing we haven't done though, mate, is we haven't actually checked the sale times as to where. So I think.
oh,
You know,
that's a
for when
good
we want to
idea.
sell the. So while you're busy harvesting, I shall just jump very quickly into the prices.
Yeah, you might need
of
to
the
shout
menu.
so that my viewers can hear you.
Oh really? Is it that bad? Is
It is that noisy, and I'm in cab
Right.
as well.
Right. Okay. The point at which we want to sell our sunflowers is in March, where it hits a total of £1,452 per 1,000 litres.
Nice.
So all this is going into our big, ridiculous capacity silo, isn't it?
That sounds good to me. We may as well wait.
Yes, we'll load it into the silo and we'll wait for it. I suppose. The other thing we just talked about off camera is the potential for selling the windrower, wasn't it?
Yes, because we don't need it. Did
Yeah.
you want to do that?
So, well, we obviously there's no immediate rush on it now, but I think if it's something that we should do, we'll get this job done. We'll get this harvest done, bit of teamwork, and then we can run that windrower back to the shop, sell it, and just benefit from the financial value of it, because we don't actually need it. Our grass mower. Although saying that, do we want to keep hold of it for the future, for when we do, if we want to start, when we get some animals and want to do straw?
I mean,
I don't know.
it is quite wide, and we wouldn't be able to replace it for that value. That's the only thing I would say. What's the resale value now? 14.
I think, if I have a look, windrower, the resale value at the minute is 11,110.
And this,
yeah, should we just keep it?
yeah, left field question. When is sugar beet best for selling?
I shall have a look. Sugar beet is January, when it's at £266 per 1,000.
Okay, so that's not far. The silage could keep us going up until then.
Yes,
So
we haven't checked that since getting into this month, have we? Or did you
No.
do that? It was
No.
It was 44% last time.
it was
Wasn't
44% in September 1.
Right. Well, that can be something that we can check on in a few minutes. So, how are you doing level-wise, mate? I'm just gonna.
Only 25%, but you can come under.
Oh yeah. Well, let's put under anyway. What's your running speed of this harvester?
Let me put my foot down. 6 miles an hour, but we are going uphill.
We are. Yeah.
I'm going back in cab. It's too noisy.
I was going to say, can you hear me all right? Do I have to put a bit more effort into my voice?
A lot more effort into your voice when I'm out of cab, so I'll stay in.
Okay. I'll move out the way now and let you turn around. I guess that's one thing we hadn't checked, was it, before when we bought that harvester, is how noisy it is.
Well, I tell you what, this is one of the noisiest harvesters I've been in, but I like that. The only thing is making sure everyone can hear us.
Should we maybe, just for the sake of our poor viewers, should we just turn down the vehicle volumes by a couple of percentage, just to
That's a
potentially
smart
make it a bit
idea.
more bearable? It happens now and again. I've had one or two over the years.
Yeah. People will be able to hear us now.
Right, I've put it down to I've put my end down to 30% vehicle volume.
I've put mine down to 10 and I can still hear it, so...
Right. Yeah,
But
it's obviously quite a noisy thing, isn't it?
But it's a decent... I can actually hear you now.
Yes, I think that's a good decision for now. It's just a temporary thing while we got this noisy harvester on the go.
I like it, though. It's
Is it a
decent.
nice harvester?
It's decent. I'll let you jump in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to play swapsies.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, seems to be, what are we at now? 2,700 and something litres, so 13%. Look at that. Shocking aiming skills from me. I was looking at the readout in the bottom of the screen, and then the tractor was just veering off left a bit, so I was nowhere near your spout. But I'm just going to bring the cruise control speed down to 6 miles an hour. And
Yeah,
you've
even
just fed a deer into your header.
Oh no!
Oh, two deers. You've just fed 2 deers, even though they clearly just ran off. Yeah. Realism factor 0. At least they're not flying this time. At
They're
least they were
not
on the ground.
flying. They're not flying this time. I'll put my spout out for you.
I'll wait for you to negotiate the corner. Ooh. Going quite well so far, though. It does have a funny noise to it from over here. That harvester, it does sound like a
It sounds
buzzing
like a
flock of wasps.
yeah. I was gonna say a swarm of bees,
Yeah. Anyway.
but it's good. It's a good size. 6 miles an hour is not bad for this age of equipment.
Yeah. Wow, I'm shocking at keeping. I even had cruise control on there, but I think there's two levels to each number when it comes to the cruise control. Like, so obviously I wanted 6 miles an hour, but when you go to adjust the cruise control number, there's 2 clicks you can give each number before it drops to the next numerical value. So if you're at 7, you then drop it down to 6, but then you can press down again, I think once or twice before it then goes down to 5. So it's like it's got a hidden 0.5 value, if that makes any sense.
I know exactly what. Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
And also, when you're karting, you kind of need to go a little bit faster. And then when you're underneath, it's small fields. Cruise control doesn't really work with karting.
No, you're right. I was just using it. For example, now I'll stick cruise control on there.
Every day of the
So that I
week.
can concentrate on staying in a straight line as opposed to staying in a straight line and juggling the speed as well.
What's
So that seems to work.
how much we got in the trailer?
4,450 and counting, 60, 70.
Okay, not too bad then. Did you want to jump
yeah,
in?
We're doing all right. Yeah, go on then. I'll have a bit of swapsies. I see what you mean though. It's a noisy thing, isn't it?
It is when it's right by your ear.
Yeah.
Give you some space.
I'm just having a go out of cab at the minute. To be fair, it doesn't. From my side, I hope this isn't going to affect the recording. So apologies if it has. But I'm just trying it outside the cab. It seems to be all right.
Yeah, 50% was way too much. If it was just me and I wasn't having to hear you, it would be fine.
That's an ideal world, isn't it?
Crank the volume up, guys.
Yeah. I'm just going to grab that.
Oh yeah, my little stray one.
Straggler there. Missed a bit.
You missed a spot.
It's going all right though so far. This isn't
It is. It's amazing. What do you reckon? 9,000 litres? We got
What,
4.8
as a
in
whole?
here now. Yeah.
From the whole field?
From this field, yeah. I suppose there's
I
quite a lot
reckon-
left.
Yeah, there's still quite a lot. I'm going to hazard a guess, so we're
We're at 5 now. 5-1.
at 5 now. I reckon. Ooh, I don't know. It's difficult. Somewhere between 10 and 11.
Ooh.
What do you say? So what are you saying about 9?
Yeah. But there is a fair
Where
chunk
am I
left.
going? I was just about to start and go and do up and down rows, but to keep the pipe on the left, I need to just keep on this, don't I?
Keep going round.
We'll just spiral it.
I love your
I
tractor.
think. It is a beast.
It is.
I I've got that in the Edgewater series, and I've obviously got it in this save now as well. But it's because I see one of them all the time. There's a local guy who around where I live here who he's like a contractor. He's got a couple of tractors and trailers, but he's got a big T7, and it's massive.
Oh,
it's one thing.
So
it's
cool.
one thing that this game, obviously, it does tractors very well because that's what the purpose of the game is. But when it comes to comparing them to real life, you know how in the game we've got small tractors, medium and large.
Yeah.
There's a few contractor businesses local to me who run a few John Deere 6155s, which are small tractors, but they're not. They're absolutely
huge.
massive.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's, so obviously playing this game, it's like, I considered a small tractor. It's a small frame. It's nowhere near as big as the likes of, obviously, the big Case 9RX, the Case, what do you call it, Steigers and the John Deere 9RXs, which are obviously like monster trucks in comparison. But a small tractor in real life is a massive tractor in real life.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I feel minuscule next to them. And harvesters in real life, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
the scale.
One of them, yeah, they're massive. I actually saw one at the local pass here a couple of months ago. It was a John Deere harvester, and strangely, it actually had a set of tracks on the front. It wasn't a big X9 or anything like that. It was an STS variant of one of the John Deeres, which I hadn't really seen, but it was driving itself down the bypass, and it was colossal. But I knew from the way this game terms everything that it was actually quite a small harvester, and if that was something like an X9 or one of the Case axial flows, like the big ones, that would have been half as big again. And it was like, wow, it just puts things into perspective.
It does. When you see them in real life, it puts it into perspective.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. It certainly does.
Okay, we're up to 6,600 now.
Okay. Well, I think we're definitely going to be north of 10.
Ooh, he says with so much confidence.
I know, yeah. Mate, as always, I will be wrong, and we'll get to.
Well, I don't
bang
know.
on.
I think you might be right. We just hit 7,000.
We just hit 7.
Yeah.
It's difficult to.
It's difficult to judge.
Estimate. Yeah.
I'm gonna head on up this way.
But this is our first harvest, mate. This will be our first. Although we're not going to benefit financially from anything yet, are we? Because we're just going to chuck it in our big selfish silo and wait till. What did I say it was? Was it
March.
I can't remember. March.
Yeah, January for sugar beet, March for this beautiful sunflower.
Excellent. Right.
Unless we make oils from it, but.
Well, yeah, well, I suppose that's something that we can consider, isn't it, while we've got it sitting there. Although, to be fair, it's not going to be a huge amount, is it, compared to what we might need to make if we were to start considering going down the route of productions and, like you say, sunflower oil and stuff like that. We've not got a huge amount of it.
No, but we will have a lot of canola, so that is also a possibility. But it's probably worth just selling the crop for the first sort of calendar year and see where we head before we decide on.
Yeah, especially the sugar beet. Well, that's purely going to be for the
money.
Game,
money.
3 fields of it, haven't we?
Yeah, and buying the sugar mill, that'll be 75k easy, all day long. That would just disappear. And right now, I would rather have 75k and buy some more land.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, chip away at our bank loan, get that paid off bit by bit. Like you say, I think we need to build up a bit of an agricultural nest egg, shall we say, on our farm before we can start treating ourselves to factories and productions and stuff. We've got 5 fields here in total. 3 of them. This one we're harvesting. One of them's growing. The other 3 will be ready to. One's ready to harvest now, and the other 2 will be ready next month, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right, I think I'm just going to flick between up and down rows now. I'm going to go straight to the... How's the total in the
8-2.
trailer? 8-2. Ooh, this is going to be way close. So what did you say, 9?
I said
9
9. You said 10, 11.
Okay.
I reckon it's going to be 9-5 by the looks of this, if we're lucky.
Either way, these are both pretty decent guesstimates. I think it's going to be
Definitely.
closer to your 9, to be fair.
We're at 8-5 now.
Ooh. And we've 1.5 rows left, I'd say. 1 and a bit. So, I know obviously the rest of this episode I think we'll be focusing on obviously finishing this field, and then are we going to make a start on sugar beet, do you think, or should we?
Let me look at the recording time.
Yes, look at the recording time.
That's another 24 minutes. So by the time we do this, that is a full episode.
Right. Yeah, that's a good call. So yeah, we shall save the horn topping and harvesting of our first sugar beet field for episode 3.
Ooh. It is. I do love playing seasons as well. It does apply that extra little bit of pressure.
Yes, it
Because
does.
there's only so much money you can make, and you've got to get it right.
Absolutely. Right. What's the number, Mrs. SG?
8,833 litres.
Really? So you win that because you were clearly closest. Do you know what? I'm going to shut this machine down. Oh my goodness me!
That was so
I'm so
loud.
sorry. That really is quite an intrusive noise, isn't it?
It is.
I really hope, having not listened or watched any of our recordings back, that hasn't been too intrusive on our sound quality.
Well,
for the
I'm sure
recordings.
everybody understands. For one, we're doing crossplay, and we all know that
Yes.
PlayStation can be a little bit tricky when it comes to recording. But I think I'm hoping everyone's enjoying it enough not to worry too much.
Yes,
But
very
we
much
do
so.
the best we can.
Absolutely.
So,
Turn the engine off there as well.
just look at this
There we are.
field. Needs ploughing.
It does. It needs good ploughing. Not a bad job though, mate.
That's brilliant, hey?
Yeah. Teamwork. Digital high five. There we are. Yeah.
And I think we should finish off the episode. Finish it off here, and we'll tidy up the yard and put everything back.
Team Batman. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. We've got any other jobs that we have going forward need the benefit of the start of another episode, doesn't it? Even if we were to play half an hour's worth of work, or if we were to horn top the first field of sugar beet and go into harvest, that's a hell of a lot of work. So
Yeah.
I think now is a good point to call it here for episode 2. Definitely.
Brilliant. Well, I've loved every minute. Thank you so much, Farmer Sim.
No problem at all, mate. Thank you so much to you as well. Thank you for... It's just been brilliant, hasn't it?
It really has. Teamwork.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you so much.
We do indeed. So if anyone's watching from my side, please go and subscribe to Mrs. Sim Gamer. Her link will be in the description. The link will actually work this time. Apologies that the link didn't work in my previous one. I had to edit it last night.
Oh,
So apologies.
don't you
So, yeah.
worry. And Farmer Sims is in my description below. And I'll also tag it in a comment as well, so you can get to it. Go subscribe. His content's great. So enjoy, everybody.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.